All right. Hello, everyone. We're going to get started in just a minute. All right. So we're going to get started. We're going to talk about today 8 ways to make homeschooling fun for everyone. I'm very excited. So let's get straight into it. So, first, I'm going to give a little introduction to myself. Who is Mama Abigail?
Who is
Teaching has always been,
Teaching has always been my dream.
sorry, teaching has always been my dream. We have I've always loved teaching. I remember growing up and there's a big green chalkboard on the wall and in my parents' basement. And I just wanted to teach my dolls, my stuffed animals, and my siblings. And so now I get to fulfill my passion and my dream through teaching my own children. And I love teaching other kids as well. And so my dream is to inspire lifelong learners. So thank you so much for taking this course. Let's get into it. If you wouldn't mind visiting our website, it we have desktop and mobile, lots of things there for you. I'm building it up, so stay tuned for lots more to come. But right now we have lots of things available on the website. So one thing that we offer is tutoring. We offer tutoring for
On the mama
one-on-one sessions, and this is available $7 for 30-minute sessions. So if you're interested in that, select the tutoring option there. We also have homeschooling consultations, where basically I will talk to you and kind of get you set up for how to start your homeschooling journey. And a lot of people are excited about doing that. And so I kind of give you some tips and tricks on how to do that. Also, we have homeschool classes. So basically, I like a homeschool course like I'm giving you now, like a for the parents, but also homeschool classes for children. So if you're interested in having me teach a class to your children, reach out to me and I will see what we can do. So that's very personal to you. So that will be a conversation we will need to have. Also, we have a Bible story book club that's coming very soon. I'm very excited about this. In the summer, we're going to have about 3 sessions, and it's going to be filled with the Bible stories. And so look out for that. That's coming very soon. We also have freebies on the website. So these freebies are like the right here is the word search, letter tracing, animals in the Bible. We have a Purim devotional, just all different types of things. I added one today that you'll be getting at the end of this live if you are interested in that. So we also have
We also offer
physical and digital products, which are I like to depict true biblical imagery. And so we have A to Z Animals that's available on Amazon. It's the actual coloring book. Animals in the Bible, like I just went through, free printables to download on the website. And then coming very soon, I'm actually putting the finishing touches on now, is a Passover unit study. So that'll be coming very soon. So look out for that. We have a Bible story book club, like I just mentioned, And this one is Our Freedom is Near. A Passover unit study. Unit plan will includes activities for the Bible, science, English, art, math, cooking, crafts, and much more. So we have comprehension pages and worksheets and experiments and things like that. Also, we have a digital download that's available for a unit plan. It's a board game with cards, and that's available on Etsy if you choose to look into that. All right, let's get started. 8 ways to make homeschooling fun for everyone. Okay, so I'm starting at the beginning, and we're going to just give you all of them at the beginning, and then I'll go into detail as we go along. So number 1 is student-led activities. Number 2 is play games. 3, include music. 4, embrace art. 5, special days. 6, family traditions. 7, field trips. 8, home ec. So let's start with number 1. Number 1 is student-led activities. So this really means that you will allow your children to start out, kind of lead the activities that are going to go on for the day. So one example of this is teacher for a day. Allow your child to teach the whole homeschool curriculum for a day and let them come up with it. That'd be something fun, something that maybe an older student can do. But that's a way to get them involved in their learning. They get super excited about it. And so this is something that I'm sure that kids will love. Okay, so teacher for a day. Also, you can do a smaller version of that is discussion leader. So maybe if you're having a topic or a conversation about a specific book that you're reading, let them lead out in that discussion. Tell them, hey, we're going to talk about this. You start, get people talking. And so that's something that you can involve your children in. So they will be leading, learning how to lead. Also, that's so much fun. It gets their brain thinking in a different type of way. They could teach a lesson instead of just a whole day, teach a lesson. Then you could choose a topic of interest. A topic of interest, this is so important, I think, because is allowing your child to follow where they want to, where their interests are. Okay, so for example, my brother was homeschooled long run with me, but he loved butterflies, and my mom allowed him to study butterflies however he chose. And so doing so, he could he would go outside and he would see a butterfly fly past him. Like, butterflies are really fast, like 2 seconds, and he would be able to tell you exactly what type of butterfly that was. He would say, oh, it's a monarch, blah, 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 and this is a kingfisher, blah, blah. I don't even know the names, but he would tell you exactly what the butterfly was, and he would be able to tell you. And he was only maybe 7 to 12 years old. He still does that to this day. He's 25 now, and he knows not he's kind of went away from butterflies, but he loves birds. He can tell you any type of bird. So this is a way to show your children and allow them to have interest in your interest. And I think this is a wonderful thing to include in your homeschool program. So let's keep going. Number 2, play games. Play games, play games, play games. Play so many games with your children. They
Yeah.
That blow laundry basket before.
Sorry, 1 second.
That is
Okay, so we have play games. So there's board games that you can play. There's physical games, computer games, and creating your own games. Board games, you can take, any game, like maybe life, right? Take that and you can put your own cards in and still use the board game. Or you can use different types of games cards, like, okay, so I just created a Plagues of Egypt and Passover story game cards, and you can download that on Etsy and then use those cards to play any board game that you like. Also, physical games. Let's not take away physical activity in kids. Kids need that. Physical activity is so important, especially for boys. Boys have tons and tons and tons of energy, and when you can allow them to get up and use that energy, you can also create the learning environments within that energy. So, for example, my son, I wanted him to learn the alphabets, and he just was not doing it this day. He was just like, nope, I'm wired. So what I did was I told him to jump on the bed, and I held up the letter and I said, now you have to, when you jump off the bed, you have to say the letter sound. So it's a very simple game, but it took out his energy, but he also learned at the same exact time. So you can come up with many different physical games that they can play. I remember tutoring a child, and we were trying to learn vocabulary words. And I had him throw a ball back and forth. When he got the answer right, he would throw it back to me. And it was so much fun. He was so excited. But it's very simple. No huge costly game event, right? And so I think that's very important for fun learning environments. Also, there's computer games. You can use technology. Technology is not a terrible thing, but you use it at your own discretion, and use it wisely. So this is how I suggest that. But computer games are a great activity as well. You can also create your own games. And like I was saying with how I tutored another little boy with just throwing a ball back and forth, you can create a game as simple as that or as elaborate as you want. Make them run around the house 3 times, whatever. Another example of a game that I played with my son was we're trying to remember left and right. So I literally just walked him around the house and made him turn different directions with his right hand and his left hand. And we practiced left and right. So this is something that's super simple, or you can make it as complex as you want. But playing games is one of the best ways of making your homeschooling fun. All right, we're doing to number 3. Number 3, include music. Music is a God-given beautiful thing, right? And so it helps us to learn and grow in our music. So one thing is transitional music. I like this in the way of I want to change activities. So I know that maybe I have for my child, I have a cleanup song, right? We have a cleanup song, and then I may play, okay, now it's time for school. So I start singing the school song, which is, what song is the school song, Loa? You know what the school song is? She just joined me after her nap. She like our school song is good morning to you, good morning to you, how are you today? I'm glad to see you, I'm glad to see you on this, what kind of day is it? Cloudy day. So you're learning it, you're involving the weather, all those types of things, but you're adding transitional music to let them know we're about to do something different. We're about to go into our next task. Background music helps to stimulate brain thinking, and it's beautiful. So background music is really good. I've actually seen a change in my child when I play background music, and his like energy level and like how he concentrates or even how he plays or the frustration levels. So you may want to test that out and try different music. It doesn't always have to be classical. It could be whatever you please. Even playing the Bible with music in it is a great tool and great device for including music. Music for memorization. This is amazing. I have just created I'm telling you this because it was so amazing to me that is perfect for this idea. So I just created a song. It's called Plagues of Egypt, and you can find it on my YouTube, Mama Abigail, and it's Plagues of Egypt. And I created it for my son so that we could help him memorize the different plagues of Egypt in their order. So I had just written it, and I had been singing it outside, kind of trying to get the notes right and the words right. And so then I finally uploaded it to YouTube and I played it for my son. I said, okay, let's practice this song. And he started singing along. And I was like, bro, I hadn't even taught you the song yet. But he had heard me practicing it down there. So he already knew, and it had already been something that was already ingrained in him. Right. So music for memorization is key. He knows the 10 Commandments because we sing a song by the little Israel which is a great channel for music, because of the memorization. So use music is so great in your homeschooling, and it's fun. You can add activities, you can jump around, you can sing from the tops of your lungs, you can whisper, you can add lots of movements. So music is great, and music for fun. You can just listen to music for fun. Teach your children that music is beautiful and show them different genres, and obviously take your own discretion and choose wisely, but it's a great method of including fun in your homeschool. Our next one is embracing art. Art sometimes gets looked over because it is not a core subject, but it's a beautiful way to incorporate their other side of the brain, in their learning. And so you can have a full art curriculum. You can buy an art curriculum and do it that way, or you can do art classes with, there's lots available on YouTube. And I also go into this in my other course called How to Homeschool for Free or Very Cheap. And I actually give a list of art classes that are available and just different free classes that are available on that, in that class as well. But you can do arts and crafts. Literally just give them, um, you know, anything that they can think of. Pipe cleaners, glue, glitter, tape, the list goes on. Give them all those options and let them do it just however they want to. Just let them have a free for all. And you will be amazed by the things they come up with. And I'm saying this because I have found this to be so true. My son is just creating these amazing little drawings, and he's 3 years old, and they have like very expressive facial expressions, and they're so hilarious. But these are not even in my brain. Like I'm like I wouldn't even come up with that. So it's a beautiful thing to see and allow them to be creative on their own. Another thing is to include nature in your artwork. And so you can go outside and you can show them God's work, how he has created nature, but also you can bring the nature inside and make artwork with the nature. So that's like bringing leaves in and making pictures with leaves or bark or collecting things. This is an example of this. My son and we went outside, we were digging in the dirt, and there was a bunch of little trash pieces in the dirt. And so we picked those up, and I explained how we need to keep Yah's world clean and fertile, and how we're the caretakers of this planet, of this world. And so we cleaned up the nature, and we cleaned up the area, and we glued them on a piece of paper. And so now he tells me, he walks by, he's like, we have to keep this earth clean. And so we're learning that as well. So that's another way to embrace art and incorporate learning and fun into your curriculum. All right, so the next part is special days. Special days. You can have weekly days that are very special. So something that happens every week. So one example of this could be, say the day before Sabbath, our family likes to go to the park. Not every weekend or not every time, but we try to do a lot. So that is an example of a weekly activity that we do, and we know before the Sabbath we go to the park. You know what I'm saying? And so that's an example of that. It could be anything that you choose, maybe a movie night, or I don't know, whatever you want. A weekly special day that the child can look forward to. Unit days. We have, if you're doing like a unit study, I have a Passover unit study coming up, and that I've created. And unit study within that is like every year we know that we're going to do this unit study. We're going to do the Passover unit study during Passover or the week before Passover or whatever. You know that this is coming up, and so your children get to look forward to those days. And it's special because it's different from the rest of the year, and so it makes it fun, it makes it exciting, and something to look forward to. Another one is student interest days. So I had talked about that before with the butterflies and my brother learning all of that by himself. But I want to include student interest days, maybe, every couple of weeks. It's like, say, okay, we're going to do something that you're really interested in today. And we're going to go to the library. We're going to get books about cars. We're going to get books about, we're going to draw pictures of cars. Maybe we even go to the car dealership and look at cars and, all these different things. So you can have a special day for your child and they will just absolutely love it. Let's go to the next one. The next one is family traditions. So could be daily traditions, something that you do every day. Maybe it's a worship or a prayer or song that you sing or whatever. Daily traditions helps your children to know what's expected, what's coming, and also it's like this breath of fresh air because they know exactly what's happening. It's fun, right? You can have weekly traditions like I was talking about with the Sabbath, going into the Sabbath, we go to the park. Or you have yearly traditions. One of those things could be camping, like for Feast of Tabernacles. You could go camping every year, which would be amazing. But that's so exciting to look forward. Camping in general is exciting. But then you have a week-long camping trip. That to me is just thrilling. So that's another way of including traditions into your family. We also have field trips. Field trips are very exciting. I remember most of my field trips growing up, they were awesome. So there's free options and there's paid and membership fees that you can do, maybe for discounts and things like that, but also overnight trips. This is one that I found to be exciting. And as a homeschool family, you can do this because it's like a vacation. So now you're taking a vacation, but you're including it into your education. And so I remember an example of this was my mom will love this one. We drove, growing up, we drove like across America, basically. And we were near like the Redwood Forest or something like that. And I was reading a book the whole time. And my mom was like super frustrated, like, Jasmine, look out the window, And but this is something that was so impactful to me. I remember everything about that trip. We learned so much. I learned the redwoods. We went to the painted desert, excuse me. But that was an educational trip that we took, and it has been embedded in my mind. But it was an overnight trip, so that's another way of showing your children the world, or world schooling. That's another term for it. But that is a way to make homeschooling fun for everyone. Okay. Then I think this is the last one, and it's home ec classes. And this could be anything you choose. So I give a list of them here, like cooking, woodworking or carpentry, mechanics, sewing, quilting, knitting, planting, gardening, horseback riding, whatever your kid desires, or whatever you're interested in, or whatever you want them to be interested in, teach it to them, either on YouTube or pay for an actual class, or if you know someone who knows how to do it, let them shadow that person. That's the beauty of homeschool. Homeschool, you have the freedom to do whatever you want to do. You have the freedom to, yes, ma'am. You have the freedom to pick your own schedule. So if they go to work during the day, someone you want to shadow, they can go with them at work. You see what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of homeschooling. So tap into that. Tap into giving them different types of things to expand their brain with, and they will just love it. It's so much fun to get in there. Cooking is a great one. I do that 3 times a day in my kitchen, so my son is in there a little bit, and it's great. It's great for all of us. So we're almost done with the meeting. I just wanted to review one quick time. Is 8 ways to make homeschooling fun for everyone. So 1, we have student-led activities. 2, we have play games, all types of games. 3, include music in your homeschooling program. Embrace art, embrace it. Let them be creative as possible. 5, have special days dedicated to a fun activity or fun learning event. 6, have family traditions, things that you do weekly or yearly or monthly or whatever, but have those things that they can look forward to. 7, field trips. This could be just something as simple as going to the grocery store and making that a learning event, or as expensive as traveling the country. 8, you can go to home ec activities, from cooking to woodworking to sewing, anything in between. Let them learn hands-on activities. This will enhance your learning in so many different ways. So let's see if there's any questions before we run out of time. There's 8 minutes left on the stream. If anyone would like to have any questions. Greetings, Asa, how are you doing? All right, let's see. All right, let's just check one more place. I got different live streams going on here. So let me see here. All right, so guess what, y'all? We are almost done here. I'm just going to finish up this live. We're going to go to, did I lose my page? All right, I think I lost my page. Okay, here we go. All right, so last thing is, so as a thank you guys for watching this today, we have a free downloadable Passover coloring sheet, and it will be available on my website. So if you guys will go there, you can download that as well. Thank you guys so much for joining us. To stay connected to Mama Abigail, please click the icons below. You can see me on my phone number 470-491-8959, email Mama Abigail's tutoring club at gmail.com. Oh, I think I have one more. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Cindy, for joining us. I appreciate it so much. And also, if you look at the document that I posted on our stream today, you can see any links from there as well. So I thank you guys so much, and that's it. Hope you guys learned a lot. Thank you. Bye-bye.